2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. Well, for Utah, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And a guy we'll be watching tonight, Jay Crowder, impacts the game in a number of ways. Shaq, would you call him underrated?
Very underrated, but more people know about him now. Maybe not a household name, but that's because he focuses on the little things.
Yeah, he's a tone setter, you know, defensively. He can get you 8 a game easily, no problem, plays to his strengths, and sometimes when you can get 8, that's better than getting none.
That was deep.
You can get 8 right now. You look like a sandwich.
The crowd is coming here to Vivint Smart Home Arena, Salt Lake City, Utah, to cheer on their Jazz. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. The Raptors swing into this game as part of their continuing road trip. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Thanks very much. Well, Quinn Snyder is the coach here in Utah, and he said, as a coaching staff, we show the players we have confidence in them. And then we're unbelievably demanding. But it has to be mixed with patience. And that, over time, pays off. Kevin?
Teaching and motivating. He's done a nice job, DA. Thanks. Couple teams that have great options off the bench. Doris, give these coaches tremendous flexibility, doesn't it, in their lineups?
I think one of the things that the casual fan may not necessarily understand about the NBA is how important players 6 through 15 can be. The NBA season is a grind, and every member of that bench has to contribute in different ways. Sometimes it's a defensive unit that steps onto the floor to try to change momentum. Sometimes you need a guy like Lou Williams off the bench because you're struggling to score. So the flexibility provided by the back end of your lineup is crucial.
And reveals a lot about coaching as well. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So for Toronto right now, Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Siakam in at the 4 spot. And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. The drive by Whoa!
Well, why did Donovan Mitchell win the dunk contest? Case in point right there.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Now here is Lowry. He had 15 points last outing. Ibaka, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into a groove, look out.
Here is Favors. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific.
4 on the shot clock. The fadeaway misses off the left iron.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Got a piece of it. Crowder feeling it out a bit. Pass to Gobert. Kicks it to Rubio. Back to Gobert. Green against Mitchell. Shoots the 3. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, it's all about decision making in the pick and roll, and Donovan Mitchell making all the right choices.
Green passes to Lowry. Back to Green. Pass to Lowry. The tray. Utah with the rebound. Mitchell outside. He kicks to Gobert. Rubio right side. Up top, Gobert. Defended by Ibaka. Right side Favors. Lets it go from the wing. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka.
And why take that contested shot? I mean, make the extra pass.
Well, that's a head scratcher. When the defense is in your grill, move the ball.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Boy, seizing control right away. Send a message on that possession.
Here's Rubio after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Crowder kicks to Mitchell. Back to Crowder from downtown. Siakam pulls it in. Utah comes into this one after the win against Denver.
And in that one, it was all about shutting down the paint. They were just terrific in terms of their rim protection.
Well, and that's exactly how you have to protect the basket, right? Exceptional job setting the tone on the defensive end, deep at the rim.
And the Jazz with possession here. The Raptors getting the bucket. Mitchell wide open. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
Wow, able to survey over the top of defenses as well as squeeze into tight quarters. Rubio is the consummate playmaker.
Now here's Green. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers. Here's Leonard, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat. And with Kawhi in this past summer, his health was such an unknown quantity during trade talks. Now that we know that Kawhi is a full go, it looks like a great deal for Toronto. Casts a bit of a shadow and doubt over Kawhi's last year in San Antonio, but it is what it is at this point.
Jazz trail by 4. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Nice ball movement by Utah. Gobert with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Gobert dishes to Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. Over Lowry. Misses off the right iron. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. This their first chance this season playing the Jazz.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
And the fact that they split their 2 meetings last season. Does one try to get a leg up?
Here's Rubio. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Mitchell kicks to Crowder. Back to Mitchell. Inside. It's stolen by Green. Outside Leonard. That's tipped. Here's Siakam. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Favors. Here's Mitchell. Great D that time from Green.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
So it's the Jazz now after Toronto at the three-pointer. Rubio with it. Lowry picks him up. Rubio against Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Here's Crowder. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
It's not in Jay Crowder's nature to panic. He's so good at keeping his cool under duress of the clock.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. The 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Boy, what has gotten into him? He's taken his game to an unreal level this quarter.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. Well, after the Raptors fell short of their goals last season, you knew they were going to be changing some things up.
Well, obviously the first big move was moving on from Dwayne Casey as the head coach. And you think about Dwayne had brought the best years this franchise had seen, and they still felt it was time for a shift. Now, it's not necessarily his blame. Sometimes you just need to hear a new voice when you've ended in the playoffs the way they have over the last several years.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for the Jazz. The Raptors also with a sub. Valanciunas is checked in. Siakam passes to Lowry. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
Lowry against Rubio. Dishes to Mitchell. Back to Rubio. He tries for three. No good there. Now Toronto takes it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And, you know, this can happen on the road. You're out defending guys who have just gotten into a comfort zone playing at home.
No passion on the defensive end. Didn't look completely engaged. Really need to lock in and be focused on these road games.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Udo's checked in for Jay Crowder, and it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. Mitchell against Green, and it's Mitchell missing. Raptors leading by 12. Leonard finds Lowry. To the wing right side. There's the pass to Green. Outside for Lowry. Over Exum. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Passes to Gobert. Mitchell dishes to Ingles. Clock at 6. With the teardrop, he takes it up and lays it in. Ingles has got his first bucket of the night.
This is where Joe Ingles is gifted at realizing when he should go up with it. Really good timing on that shot.
Feeds to Valanciunas. The dish now to Leonard. Goes up on the block. And Siakam has it in the corner. Off target from outside. Jazz trail by 12. To the middle. Here's Exum. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Really good anticipation by Dante Exum. He feels the defense laying off, and he sticks it.
Lowry passes to Valanciunas, and it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm, and also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
Now, here's Mitchell, coming off a solid outing against Denver. Down low, Udo. The Jazz need to get off a shot here from deep. Ingles. No good on that one, so the Raptors will take it the other way.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And it's Lowry penetrating. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
A different look for Utah. O'Neal comes in for Rudy Gobert, and it's Korver in for Mitchell. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Siakam. OG Anunoby comes in for Leonard. White, he's checked in for Danny Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Utah calls timeout. You know, everyone on the floor needs some level of playmaking skill, Doris. Who are your picks for bigs who can really share the ball, good passers among the big men?
Yeah, one of my favorite players in the NBA to watch is Nikola Jokic, because his vision, his desire to share the basketball, his ability to see not one action ahead, but sometimes two actions ahead, is really remarkable for a man of his size. You look at somebody like Draymond Green, who is absolutely critical to the success of the Golden State Warriors on the offensive end of the floor. He can take it off the window, he can dribble it in transition, and in full speed, make decisions going second by second that are really, really impressive.
Thread passes, do such a great job with the ball. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Here's Anunoby. Back to Valanciunas. It's rebounded by Udoh.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That is his first foul of the game. Now Exum. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Denver.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Korver, good.
Come on, how pretty is the shooting stroke of Kyle Korver? That three-point shot just so pure.
Here's Van Vliet. It's good from long range. Van Vliet's got his first 3 points of the game.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Korver kicks to O'Neal. Shot clock at 5. From outside the arc. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
Jazz trail by 14. Exum passes to Udoh. Now, here is O'Neal. He's guarded closely. Lets it go. They get it again. Here's Korver. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Korver's got his second bucket of the night.
Kyle Korver sending a message. I'm not just a three-point shooter. Give him an opportunity close, and he takes advantage.
To the right side. And Valanciunas kicks to right. Fires from the wing. And it's off the back rim. No good. And for the Jazz, they're shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Goes back up. And Valanciunas with the layup. Valanciunas has got 6 points.
Well, Jonas Valanciunas has the instincts, the size, and the smarts to go ahead and take advantage of those missed shots and create them into points.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Monroe. That's a 2 from Korver. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. He's got 7.
This is the assertiveness of Kyle Korver, the pre-shot preparation. As soon as he gets it on the catch, he's ready to fire.
And so it's Toronto up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And if they keep draining the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. And we'll be back with you shortly. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role on this team.
I like to do all those little things, running up and down, blocking shot, straight the floor, making open shot, rolling the basket, screen, those dirty work. I like to do that.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complementary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance from the Raptors so far.
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
I think one key is they've controlled the tempo so far. And I know it's early, but it helps to have this kind of lead.
So for Toronto right now, they've got Wright. Greg Monroe is out there with Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Van Vliet in at the point. Valanciunas doesn't play a ton of minutes, Doris, but fans feel he should be playing more.
Well, there's certainly a lot to like about Valanciunas' game. And how about last season? Because the NBA is changing, he can now step beyond the three-point arc and make those shots consistently. That will elevate his position and standing.
O'Neal misses.
I think they could have gotten a better look right there, and he just a little over anxious, I think, to get that shot off.
Monroe stolen by O'Neal. Exum deciding where to go with it. Almost, but it rolls out. And it's right with the ball for the Raptors. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Kyle Lowry is a player who has worked his way to stardom. He says, I still feel like I can be better. I'm never satisfied. My team is good, but I think the best I can be is a champion. There is no other goal in basketball. Guys?
D.A., that's how you truly create a legacy. A three-pointer is right on target.
I'll tell you, that's nice work, right? You move, you get into space on the perimeter, and you knock down the three.
Van Vliet passes to Valanciunas, and that's going to be a treble. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between three-point shots and two-point shots for Utah. And here's Exum. Pass to Udo. Kicks it to O'Neal. Back to Udo. 5 on the clock. With the teardrop. Got it. Nice one there from Exum. Exum's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, you love how Dante Exum gets inside. He's got terrific touch close.
Van Vliet passes to Monroe. Right outside. Off target with his three. Jazz trail by 11. Ingles finds Exum. Jazz passing it around. And the rejection by Monroe. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Derek Favors checked in for Joe Ingles. And Toronto also making a switch. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Valanciunas. And a regroup necessary. Timeout called by Quinn Snyder. Scores for a couple teams that had high hopes coming out of the gate. Frustration starting to build, and you can even sense it with the fans. They're getting a little bit nervous here.
And this is the critical stage where when you've gotten out of the gate slowly, it's your leadership that has to step up. They've got to have a strong voice in the locker room, not overreact to mounting frustrations, and just calm the nerves of the young players. It's important to keep your unity in tough times.
What do the coaches always say? Don't let go of the rope. Everybody's got to pull in the right direction, same direction. Don't let go of the rope.
Great point, Kev.
Here's Van Vliet after the basket by Utah. And Monroe kicks to Anunoby. There's Van Vliet. He has 5. Toronto needs to get off his shot. And it's sent back by O'Neal. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's foul number 2 for him. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Rubio dishes to Favors. Rubio looking it over. Back to Favors. 6 on the shot clock. Over Ibaka. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And for so long, it seems Derek Favors had played in a crowded front court, but still can get the job done.
And Favors has shown his versatility and impact in spot minutes his whole career. Every team can use a player like Favors. He just eats up space inside and can play that tough D. Offensively, I think he'd like to get back to where he was around 2015, and hopefully he'll find the chances to do so.
The first free throw is good. Doris last year, a bit of a bounce back season for Favors. Got back to doing what he does best.
No, exactly. I mean, Derek Favors probably underrated defensively. This guy eats up a ton of space, will bother a lot of shots. He can contribute even when his offense isn't there.
The Jazz making a switch here. Gobert's checked in. Leonard, he's checked in for Toronto. That one misses.
Now, Derek Favors undoubtedly has turned himself into a dependable power forward, someone capable of averaging a double-double in the NBA.
Now here's Leonard. 29 points for him last game against the Lakers.
And it was a big game for him at the defensive end as well. He never stopped pressuring the basketball, coming up with one steal after another.
Rubio misses.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Can they get it? Gobert with the defensive effort.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
And Utah making a change here. Mitchell's checked in. Raptors also changing it up. Danny Green, he's checked in for DeLon Wright. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Fred VanVleet. Now, here's Mitchell. 8 points for him. Goes up from the top of the key. Craig Monroe with the rebound. Monroe's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Lowry passes to Leonard. Green kicks to Leonard. Charity stripe shot. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Siakam is checked in for the Raptors. Rubio finds Gobert. Now here's Crowder. Back to Mitchell. Kicks it out to Rubio. Pass to Mitchell. Rubio outside. Puts up a 3. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
I'll tell you, this offense looks completely different and so much better spacing when Rubio can be a legitimate threat from range.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Many were hoping for Rudy Gobert to take on a bigger scoring load last year, and Doris, it didn't happen.
Well, obviously, Rudy Gobert's main impact is going to be as the stifled tower, that effective defender. He's got to continue to work on the offensive end of the floor.
Raptors leading by 5. Lowry passes to Green. Lowry dishes to Ibaka. And stolen by Favors. And now Utah, fast break. Rubio leading the charge. It's good.
Boy, what terrific body control by Rubio, paying dividends.
And you can't help but notice that Ricky Rubio has grown as a player.
Well, he talked a little bit about losing his mom recently, and he was very close to her, and he said it changed his priorities and perspective on life, and that balance has translated to more effectiveness on the court.
Now here's Green. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Buries it from 3-point range. Lowry's got 5 now.
And dialing up the 3 ball, he finally puts it in to the 14-0 run by Utah.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. It's stolen by Lowry. Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Boy, Kyle Lowry can be so creative sometimes. You think the window's too tight, but he finds a way.
And it's Rubio with the ball for Utah. They trail by 7. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Gobert the pass to Mitchell, and the layup's good off the glass. He's got 10.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Outside, Green. And it's Green with the jam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Yeah, they may have gotten the feeling he would dish it off, but he had a surprise for them.
Utah with the ball. The Raptors getting the bucket. Rubio with a wide open look. No good from outside. Raptors leading by 7. Oh, Leonard in position. Lowry against Rubio. He kicks it to Gobert. Mitchell against Green. Just 5 on the clock. Gobert dishes to Mitchell. Over Green. And again it's Utah.
When you think core scorer, one of the guys that comes to mind, as young as he is, Donovan Mitchell.
Lowry finds Ibaka. Back to Lowry. And it falls over the rim and in. Lowry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, that's what you call timing. He doesn't have to break stride on the pass.
Mitchell outside. Back to Rubio. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound by the Raptors. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Siakam. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And guys, veteran Danny Green moving north last summer as part of the Kawhi Leonard trade, now in a Toronto Raptors uniform.
Yeah, and not the big name in that deal, obviously, but an important piece. Green has shown to be a very capable 3-and-D guy, and it's the next chapter in what has been a solid career for him.
He's off on the first. And straight isolation basketball, Doris, something we used to see a lot more of. But for a guy like James Harden or Steph Curry, that's still a very viable option.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, if you've got the likes of LeBron James or Kevin Durant or Chris Paul, guys who are able to create their own offense, to me, you want to take advantage of that skill set. It's about what your personnel strengths are. So can you surround a great creator with the shooters necessary? Because if you do, all of a sudden as a defense, there's a price to pay if you're going to help off, right? Because somewhere, some way, the best offensive talent is going to showcase its skill.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
That's why Gobert is such a high percentage scorer. He finds a way to finish with that great length.
Favors against Lowry. Out to the right wing. Siakam passes to Ibaka. Over Gobert. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Jazz trail by 6. Right side Crowder. That shot misses. So the Raptors will take it the other way. At one point they led by 16. Leonard the pass to Siakam. Basket counts. Siakam's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Mitchell kicks to Rubio. Over Lowry. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Rubio's got 8 points.
Now really found his stroke here in the second quarter after missing everything in the first.
To the inside. Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Well, a high percentage scorer with a great shot selection. Ibaka knows when to send it home.
Utah's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And Rubio kicks to Favors. The pass to Gobert. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Lowry against Mitchell. Here's Siakam. And it's off from three-point range.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Gobert, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice.
Lowry finds Leonard. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
What a nice individual defensive effort right there. Did a great job contesting.
Rubio misses.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
And it's Green missing.
Boy, a kick-out's probably a better option when the defense is swarming around like that.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
Boy, you have to admire Donovan Mitchell. This guy is capable of playing either guard position, and he plays with so much passion and energy, guys. It's infectious.
Right wing, right. That's a 2-pointer. No good with the wing jumper. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Raptors lead by 5. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with head coach Quinn Snyder. Coach, what adjustments are you going to do in the second half?
You just got to keep playing, keep taking the shots, and that's not the issue as much as us not executing on offense. And when we don't score, sometimes our defense lags as well.
Everybody wants to see the ball go in the basket first, right? Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. 1 half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. It was a fast pace for Toronto at the outset, jumping on every opportunity to push the tempo. At one point, they had built a 14-point advantage. At the end of one, they were still firmly in control, up by 12. Momentum shifted quite a bit during the second quarter, as did their scoring, but they still hold a 4-point lead at the break. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, their playmakers are showing up tonight, seeing the court well, moving the basketball. That's why they had so many assists in the first half. And they're not just relying on ISO plays to generate points.
And Shaq, how'd you think the Jazz were playing?
They did some good things, but the defense could have been much better. They allowed too many open looks, allowed the other team to make over half his shots. Some of that is not getting enough pressure on the ball, not really contesting at the rim. They look good, but not good enough.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The 3rd quarter just about to get started.
The streets and buildings of Salt Lake City lit up gorgeously as we welcome you back to the action here in Utah. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game it's been so far. So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Utah Jazz. It's a 5-point game. Rubio teams up with Mitchell in the backcourt. Favors and Gobert, the tough pair inside. And it's Crowder in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Now, here's Mitchell. 3 on the clock, and there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here's Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
I tell you, when Donovan Mitchell starts to cook, you might as well sit back and enjoy the show.
Raptors leading by 3. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Jazz had to weather the loss of Gordon Hayward, so they need to play together to have success. Coach Quinn Snyder said, "We expect guys to put the team in front of themselves and support each other. Our strength isn't in one guy. We need each other." Kevin?
David, one thing for sure, they come to play almost every game. Thank you. Crowder, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Crowder's got 6.
Well, Crowder is not afraid to play bully basketball. This is a guy who will battle through contact.
Many had wondered if the Jazz would rebuild after they lost Hayward. Turns out they just, Doris, reloaded.
Now, give the Jazz organization from the top down a ton of credit, because after losing Gordon Hayward, they didn't mope or feel sorry for themselves. They got a bona fide star in Donovan Mitchell in the draft. And this is a team that's got talent in the post-Hayward era, and they are going to be a factor.
And here's Gobert. Kawhi Leonard getting his 3 to go. Mitchell passes to Favors. And a slam dunk by Favors.
Well, to me, this is what great point guards do. Donovan Mitchell demonstrating just how skilled he is at connecting with open teammates.
Now here is Lowry. He's got 7. Ibaka dishes to Lowry. That 3 off the mark. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Rubio. But they get it back. Here's Mitchell. No good on the triple. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Leonard with the ball. Favors picks him up. Gobert with the block.
Well, this is the calling card of Rudy Gobert, a superb shot blocker. The wingspan is a thing of beauty.
It's stolen by Gobert. Knocked away. Leonard with the steal. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
And the first one drops.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
Good on both. And Greg, with Kawhi, started as a defensive stopper, but he now is so much more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside shot, that pull-up jumper, the turnarounds in the post. He has the complete repertoire. You never would have thought he was only viewed as a defense guy once upon a time, but was already a fantastic player. But this is a guy that continues to just add to his game.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 8.
And Ricky Rubio might be one of the most unselfish players in the league. Not only for his passing and how much he enjoys piling up assists, but how he does a great job adjusting to what the team needs him to do and not worrying about his own game.
And that one falls for Ricky Rubio.
Now, this is one of the most talked about international players ever, and I think Rubio just needs to stay healthy and keep working on that shot.
O'Neal's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And so Ricky Rubio nails both of them.
There's that accurate touch of his at the stripe. He is locked in.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. At one point, they led by 16. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Offensive rebound. The feed to Ibaka. Gobert with the block. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Crowder.
They are just killing them on the interior.
feeling it out a bit. And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. Shoots over Crowder. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. 14 points for Leonard.
After taking some time to find his rhythm, he's been unstoppable since the break.
And the foul called on Danny Green. That is his first foul of the game. Exum, he's checked in for Utah. And Rubio kicks to Exum. The Jazz working the ball around now. Leonard against Crowder. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Rubio. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
I'll tell you, he's had a tough night. And if you're going to shake out of a slump, he's not going to do it with those kinds of shots.
Now, here is O'Neal. Passes it to Crowder. Back to O'Neal. And he finishes nicely on the layup. O'Neal's got 5.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
Crowder with the steal. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Lowry. An even 3-on-3 break. And here's Leonard from 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Rubio with it. 10 points for him. Now Gobert. Rubio outside. 5 on the clock. Back to Gobert over Lowry. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound in this one. Green, the pass to Siakam. Utah with the rebound. Crowder's got his 6th rebound on the night. He feeds it to O'Neal. Great tee that time from Green.
Boy, great job protecting the rim and turning an easy layup into a missed opportunity.
And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Ahead. Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Exum.
Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man, and you deliver the ball right away.
And the Raptors call time here. One thing you have to admire, Doris, about the Raptors franchise is their sustained success.
And that's not easy, Kevin. Last year marked their 3rd straight 50-win season and their 5th straight postseason trip. Very few other teams can claim those items in that time frame. Boy, the Raptors, what a good, solid core.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Udo comes in for Crowder, and it's Joe Ingles in for Ricky Rubio. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Ibaka. Monroe comes in for Pascal Siakam. Right, he's checked in for Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Now, here's Exum. 6 points for him. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Oh, picked up his 4th foul. Maybe have to scale back his aggressiveness with plenty of time left in this one.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And so it's Utah here with the ball. They trail by 7. O'Neal dishes to Udo. 6 to shoot. Now here's Exum. Covered by Monroe. Exum's shot is off.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Baseline J on the way. And another basket for Toronto. Jazz have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the 3rd. O'Neal. His 3-pointers off the mark. Raptors leading by 9. Wright with it. Now defended by Exum. VanVleet with the bucket. VanVleet's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he went all in there. He embraces the challenge and somehow finishes with the layup.
Now here's Korver. He's got 7. Three-pointer. It's good from long range. Korver's got 10 points.
And Korver moving well in that pick and roll. Superb at creating for himself in these sets.
Leonard on the wing. Pass to Valanciunas. Back to Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
The Raptors have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. The Jazz making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
Doris, you've covered the NBA and the Jazz for so long. Just how much does this team mean to its community?
Well, this is one of the great environments in the entire NBA. Jazz fans are diehard. They're loud and they're proud. And I'll tell you, as the only pro team in the state, it's no wonder.
Now, here is O'Neal. He's got 5. Pass to Ingles over Monroe. Ingles can't get it to go.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Van Vliet kicks to Leonard. To the middle. He had stolen by Ingles. He's looking for Mitchell and finds him. Nice D from Valanciunas. Raptors leading by 11. Leonard finds Valanciunas. Rebound, Utah. Udo's got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's Korver in the corner. Nice ball movement by Utah. O'Neal passes to Udo. Now Ingles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now the pass to O'Neal. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by the Raptors. At one point, they led by 16. And Wright kicks to Valanciunas. Back to Wright. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Wright's got 4 this quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here's Korver. He's got 10. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter. Here's O'Neal. But they'll get another chance. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
Derek Favors checked in for Utah. The Raptors also with a sub. OG Anunoby's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And this Toronto team has started to depend on threes more often for their offense.
You're right, Kevin. They went from being near the bottom of the league in threes attempted to top 5 in attempts this past year. And a lot of that is the green light to shoot from the wings that they have. It's another dynamic to an already potent scoring machine.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Oh, I'll tell you, that's good basketball. You have to get a little creative against the big man, but I love his initiative.
Now, here's Ingles. Outside Korver. Udo kicks to Mitchell. And it's Korver in the corner. Fires for 3. Craig Monroe with the rebound. Monroe's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Valanciunas dishes to Wright. Back to Valanciunas. And stolen by Favors. They get a hand on it. to the left side wing. His first shot coming late. It's rebounded by Udoh.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
Now here's Korver. 13 points in the game. Favors inside. Guarded by Valanciunas. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Pass to Anunoby. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And the muscle that Anunoby possesses, fantastic at gutting it out through contact and finishing.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting. Has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Utah, they have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. Free throw drops for Mitchell. So he gets them both. Here's VanVleet. Got it off in time. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the Toronto Raptors. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, GA, you know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Toronto leading by 13 on the court for Toronto to start the fourth. We've got Anunoby. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Greg Monroe. And it's right in at the 2 guard. Now here's Valanciunas to the paint. Monroe. And Craig Monroe with the slam.
Boy, that play developed just the way they wanted. And Valanciunas made sure they got the bucket. What a tremendous pass.
Jazz shooting not great. 40% for the game. Mitchell kicks to Udoh. Korver passes to Ingles. Six to shoot. The shot. And he hits the jumper for 2.
Terrific awareness in these particular instances. Knowing what to do in screen and roll. Joe Ingles. Oh, my goodness.
Here's VanVleet for 3. Here's Valanciunas. Here's Anunoby. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Raptors lead by 16.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And the Jazz call time here.
What is really compelling to me is the way the Utah Jazz team plays defense. Yes, it starts with the Stifle Tower, Rudy Gobert, but there is commitment and there is great structure in what they want to do on the defensive end. And I'll tell you, it is absolutely suffocating at times.
A different look for Utah. Gobert, he's checked in for Udoh. Crowder comes in for Joe Ingles. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Kyle Korver. Danny Green, he's checked in for the Raptors. Kyle Lowry comes in for Fred VanVleet. Great open look there. And that's 20 points for Donovan Mitchell. And for the Jazz, defense is the identity this team builds around.
You look at nearly every defensive metric from a season ago, the Jazz were near the top in most. They are great at forcing turnovers, great at closing out possessions with excellent defensive rebounding, and they do a great job of bothering shots and rotating in necessary positions. I love this team on that end of the floor.
Jazz trail by 15. And here's Rubio. Mitchell outside. Back to Gobert. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 8 rebounds in this game. To the inside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, when you're the Utah Jazz, you've got to look at the trades that have been made the last couple of seasons. Ricky Rubio and Jay Crowder both fit stylistically into both the offensive and defensive schemes. Both of these players provided major minutes for this ball club.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Greg Monroe. And Doris, for the Jazz in their trades, they've had a streak of coming out on top.
Well, to me, the front office deserves probably more praise than they've gotten. Not only for finding players in the draft, but also identifying players who are probably undervalued and who fit into the system that they're trying to play. It's what has kept a smaller market team like the Utah Jazz competitive for so long.
Now, here's Rubio. Kicks to Gobert. Mitchell outside. Outside Crowder. Pass to Gobert. Mitchell against Green. And it's Mitchell missing.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Rubio against Lowry. Pass to Anunoby. Fires the 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got 9 assists now tonight.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now, here's Mitchell. It's tipped. Gobert finds Rubio. And that one is good.
I'll tell you what makes Rubio really tough on the drive. He's practically ambidextrous.
And so here's Toronto. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Lowry. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
When you watch Kyle Lowry play, you see how much bigger he is than his stats. Does so many little things on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's a great screen setter, takes charges, all the things that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but are important when it comes to winning.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Lowry. And Greg, with Lowry, it isn't like he's quiet on the stat sheet either.
Yeah, he is a bulldog. I mean, he scores it, the playmaking. He's just complete in terms of a backcourt player. Rebounds as well as anybody for his position and got good hands on defense. It just gives you a little bit of everything at that point guard position.
And Kyle Lowry drops them both.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Mitchell against Green. Mitchell kicks to Rubio. Feeds it to Crowder. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 3rd assist on the night. Rubio against Lowry. The pass to Valanciunas. To the middle, Anunoby. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
The vertical of OG Anunoby. Go ahead, sir. Finish with authority.
So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Utah Jazz. We know James Harden joined Durant and Westbrook in winning league MVP honors, Doris. Had those three stayed together in Oklahoma City, is there any doubt in your mind that they would have won at least one NBA championship?
Well, you think back to the time they worked together, and they did go to an NBA Finals and ended up being eliminated by LeBron James and the Miami Heat. So obviously, you like the opportunity they would have had to go to more. And let's give a little credit to the great GM of the Oklahoma City franchise, Sam Presti, who is responsible for the drafting of 3 MVP candidates. That in and of itself is quite remarkable. But you know this, Kevin. The success and failure, there is such a fine line. And there's a tenuous nature to things, an injury at the wrong time. So many times this trio was tripped up by an untimely situation. So, I mean, if they stay together, yes, you like their chances, but this is why history states otherwise.
Stripped it away. And they're moving it up. Here's Siakam, and he gets it to go.
And we talk about this a lot. Turnovers leading to transition points.
Right, they're making it easy for the opposition. You can't afford to cough the ball up like that.
Now, here's Rubio. Outside Crowder. It's stolen by Green. Here's Leonard. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Shot clock at 6. That's a floater go. Poked away.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Lowry against Rubio. Left side, Leonard. Out to Ibaka. From deep. Favors with the rebound.
Nice timing to get up on that shot.
Boy, you can't ask for better defense, Greg. Excellent work getting right into the grill of the shooter.
And the basket by Rubio.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His second triple tonight.
Raptors leading by 17. Now here is Lowry. To the middle. Here's Green. He dishes it to Ibaka. Great D that time from Favors.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
Inside. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Good to see Mitchell distributing the basketball, guys. You want him to find his guys and establish some chemistry.
Lowry passes to Siakam. Crowder against Leonard. Lowry from outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 4th assist in this one.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Right. If you want to get back in the game, you simply can't afford to let long-range shooters get comfortable.
Now, here's Rubio. Mitchell with it. Gobert trying to get open, and he lays it straight in. And it's now 22 points for Donovan Mitchell. Toronto leading by 16. Outside Lowry. He kicks it to Ibaka. That 3 off the mark.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
One shot, find the lane.
To me, guys, Donovan Mitchell gives evidence and credence to the notion that drafting players is more art than science. Think about it. This guy taken 13th, not much was expected. But all of last year, he was neck and neck in the heat of the Rookie of the Year talk.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
Now, here's Rubio. passes to Gobert. Mitchell outside. Floats one up. Got a piece of it. Lowry kicks to Green. Toronto working the ball around now. Shots good by Ibaka.
Well, there's incredible height and reach and length and touch from the inside when we're talking about Serge Ibaka.
The feed now to Favors. Now the Raptors moving it up. Lowry's got the ball. Buries the long-range jumper. Lowry's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Jazz trail by 20. Rubio outside. Mitchell kicks to Favors. Down low. Gobert finds Rubio. Connects from three-point range. Rubio's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Utah. Raptors leading by 17. Now Lowry. To the middle. Siakam passes to Ibaka. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Well, I'll tell you, the confidence that is on display from Serge Ibaka, he is able to wreak havoc on the interior.
Utah calls timeout.
Well, Serge Ibaka has been willing to become a modern NBA stretch four. You have to be able to shoot the three, and Serge is willing to follow the correct trends of the league. You love the adjustment.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyle Lowry.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
They'd lost two straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He showed leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Favors dishes to Ingles. Rubio outside. Kicks to Gobert. 6 on the shot clock. Over Ibaka. And it comes off the front of the rim. Indoors with Ibaka, he has changed his offensive approach, but the defense stays the same.
Right, you think early on he was defined by his shot blocking ability, and I still think he can protect the rim. He knows how important an emphatic block can be for team-changing momentum.
Now here's Favors after the miss from Serge Ibaka. Pass to Ingles. To the paint. And that one's good by Favors.
I'm telling you this, if you leave one of Ingles' teammates open, Joe is going to find him.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Raptors.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Kyle Lowry.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Here's Siakam after the basket by Utah. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Over Gobert. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Now here's Favors.
Post up, Favors, post up.
Ingles against Leonard. Nice shot by Gobert.
And guys, you gotta ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Right, frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Here's Mitchell. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Here is Lowry. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. You know, there is a better game, there is a worse game, but, you know, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set a screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.